I hope you guys get a chance to see Ryan here in person because his orange color absolutely pops. It is so vibrant, it's like a caution cone. You can see it from a mile away, but in a good way. Like, it looks fantastic. I am super excited to open them and test out how he actually looks in the dark. Now, we have seen on the back of the card back kind of a glimpse of what he might look like, and it looks pretty good. We'll see if it lives up to that. Maybe it'll even be better. I'm just curious to see, because sometimes with these glow racers, they aren't always exactly as advertised. So we're going to get into it. Now, originally I was going to review both Ryan Inside Laney and Dan Carcia in the same video because they're the new color change, the new glow racers in Case J, which I just unboxed. But I looked at the numbers of how I did Will Rusch solo, but I did Fillmore and Chase together, and I determined that ultimately it would make more sense for me to review them individually. Plus, they're awesome, and like, hey, the more the merrier. It's clean. I could put them into the Blinkr and Gask-its playlist without, any overlap there, and yeah, let's just get right into it. Of course, you have the standard Lightning McQueen artwork there that we've kind of gotten accustomed to over the last year. We're coming up on the 1-year anniversary of the Glow Racers. They came out, I think, at the end of August of 2023. Now, as I talked about in my unboxing, I absolutely love the name tag, and I know it's kind of a stupid thing to point out, but for all the Glow Racers, they do kind of change up the name tag coloring a bit. This one with the yellow and the orange, the black over here, looks really good. With Dan Carcia's, his yellow, where's the red come through? And it's very similar to Lightning McQueen's name tag in terms of the color scheme. So I definitely prefer Ryan's here, and it's a name tag color scheme we really haven't seen on a Glow Racer before. So I'm a big fan of that. Of course, it does say glow in the dark. Brilla en la oscuridad. On the back here, you can see some of the other cars in this wave of Glow Racers Case J, essentially. There is one Chase Racelet and there is one Fillmore in the case. Those were initially released together back in Case E at the beginning of the year. You do have a couple Lightning McQueens in this case as well, and obviously, as we talked about, Dan Carcia is in the case too. There are 2 of each Dan and Ryan, which is fantastic, just considering how they're the new releases. They're going to be the most popular. So, give the people what they want. So I will be right back with Ryan here all opened up. Oh, and it was also nice because I got to open one and keep one in the package. Here we have Ryan all opened up, and he looks great. He's a slippery little fish. This like glow paint makes them even glossier than normal, and yeah, like, he is slippery, so be careful when you're kind of moving him about that you don't drop him. I know, sound like a grandma, but that's something I would do as a clumsy person. Like, I would totally drop him and chip him and then be sad about it for a whole week. So yeah, let's not have that happen. But yeah, he looks great. I do want to call attention to one big difference that I already pointed out in the unboxing, but in terms of decals, usually the Glow Racers are the exact same. Now, they did kind of alter McQueen's a little bit, but Chase Racelet's decals are pretty much the exact same. Will Rusch, pretty much the exact same, but they accentuated the grid pattern on him. With Ryan here, they changed up what's going on his wing. So before you had it just say, before you had have the Blinkr logo in white with the white star there. Now it just says Blinkr in larger lettering in orange. So that's an interesting change. Totally fine by me. I think the orange looks good on there instead of the white text. Now they also changed up his expression here, which is very nice as well. You went from kind of like the determined looking straight down the middle to a little bit more of an apprehensive, burrowing the eyebrows there versus just kind of a standard face. You got the same mouth going on there, but yeah, no, I like the expression change. I'm glad that it's ever so slightly different. But yeah, you can see right off the bat here how much brighter and more vibrant the orange is on the Glow Racer than on the regular Thailand version here of Ryan. The tires are also now completely orange with the light blue wheels there. They actually look to be painted pretty well. Neither are great. These are both Thailand releases, and you could see how much of the inner rim there that's on the side did not get painted. Just, the sprayer didn't catch it all right. You can see how much better the, if you look at it straight on, the wheel itself there really solid. Like, it looks good, but you tilt it a little bit and you can see the sidewalls there that are a little bit wucky, as I like to say, a little wonky wucky. And so not a big fan of that, but that's a problem that we've had for a very, very long time when it comes to all this Thailand stuff. Now looking at the hood here, you got the star, as I like to call it, made up of all the little dots, the little circles there. And you have the Blinkr patch down in the left corner. Looking good, pretty much the same, but just reflective and representative of the lighter glow paint. You got 21 here in the same font, very thin, very modern. I will say the contingency sponsors look way better. Again, not perfect, but these are way clearer than those. Like, what is that absolute gobbledygook right there? God, those look horrible. What the hell were you thinking, Mattel? Grainy, they look like they're all like melting. Ugh. These, clean, white, not perfectly readable, but they look much better. Everything on the side here looks pretty much the same. You got the exhaust pipes, you got the arrow to indicate to the crew where to lift them up at to change the tires. You got the gas caps here in the back, the Blinkr logo there. Let's zoom out here, take a look at the roofs. 21 with the roof flaps there. On the back, now this is one thing that irks me because you would think, okay, glow race, everyone. Put on some glow paint, let's have a good race. It's like an additional, like it's a new story. It's a new installment in like the Piston Cup or whatever you want to call it. But either way, it takes place after 2017 in Cars 3, in which Ryan would no longer be considered a rookie and therefore no longer be required to bear these yellow rookie racing stripes. And I know I've talked about this many times with Chase Racelet. I talked about it with Will Rusch. Jackson Storm didn't have them because they used his Piston Cup champion paint job that does appear at the end of Cars 3. But obviously these racers were still rookies by the end of Cars 3, during the Florida 500. But now in 2024, they wouldn't be over 7 years later. So I really do wish they removed those, but we can just think of the glow racers as special editions of like the Cars 3 paint job versions of all of these racers, whereas the NASCAR line actually takes a little bit of a step further, changes up Ryan's design and removes those rookie racing stripes. So I guess that, they at least did there when they changed up the design, but it's fine, whatever. I'm cool with it. Now another change here between the Thailand version and, well, this is just, his normal version from Thailand. This is now the Glow Racer version from Thailand. The windows are a part of the main metal body. I think they may have done a Thailand variant of the variant where that's the case for regular Ryan, but obviously, as you can see, full metal there, and he has the black window bars. Looks good. I really do like the black window bars instead of just kind of leaving them unpainted there on the plastic windows. But yeah, he looks really solid. No other decal changes than the one on the wing that we pointed out there. You still have the blue splitter up front. Let's take a look at the base here. T20A means he was produced during the 20th week of 2024 at the A factory. Now, yeah, I compared them the entire time to the Thailand version of Ryan. I have the Chinese version here as well, but less applicable of a comparison just because, the Glow Racer is not made in China. It's made in Thailand. But yeah, just for a little fun comparison, there are all three. You can see how the expression changed from China to Thailand and now to the Glow Racing version. And they all kind of have different shades of oranges, interestingly enough. So, very timely. Obviously the NASCAR line just started back up again and they redid Ryan, but in metallic. So the question is, which expanded universe version of Ryan is better, Glow Racing or NASCAR? Obviously, it's hard to compare like this to the metallic NASCAR version because that's like a special edition in and of itself. But I definitely, and it's not even close, prefer the NASCAR version on the left here. He's got a way better expression. He's got a much cooler design. The wheels are awesome. No rookie racing stripes. And, well, his number's also different. So it's a very different version of Ryan. But it's kind of funny that, the wing is a lot more similar to the NASCAR version after they removed the star and enlarged the Blinkr text. It's like, interestingly enough there. they somehow aligned on the wings, but everything else is super different. So yeah, guys, let me know in the comments section below, who is your favorite Glow Racer so far? By the way, here he is with Speedy Comet. Now, Speedy Comet's a little jealous because he's only gotten minimal expanded universe action, and honestly, he should be lucky to consider himself involved in the expanded universe at all, because he just got the mud racing version, whereas most of the Cars 3 veteran stock cars didn't get any of that. I mean, you have your Brick Yardley and Cal Weathers of the worlds, but outside of him, not many stock cars got anything in the expanded universe. Ryan has been very fortunate to not only be in the Fireball Beach line, but he also was in, oh man, what else was he in? Did he not get anything? He was not in the XRS line. He was not in the drag racing line. He was not in the rocket racing line. Was he an endurance racer though? That's a question. I don't think he was even an endurance racer. So maybe Ryan hasn't gotten all that much either. But now, I mean, he's got Glow Racer, 2 NASCAR, and still that Fireball Beach. So he's doing just fine. But yeah, let me know in the comments who's your favorite Glow Racer. I love Will Rusch. The shade of purple on him looks great, and it's accented very nicely by the banana shade of yellow he's got going on. Now, we do have to test him glowing in the dark here. Don't worry, I haven't forgotten about that, but I just want to kind of, do a Glow Racing retrospective here. You got your 3 main diecast next gens that they've done so far. We'll get to Dan Carcia soon, as in a couple days. We also will eventually have Jackson Storm to join us, but for now, the plastic version from that playset we'll have to do, which that's come out over a year ago now. I remember I reviewed that in like early July. I guess I am kind of shafting Danica Cruz here, but she's actually a really nice Glow Racer. Like, she probably has the best Glow Racing features. But yeah, let's turn off the lights. A little Mr. Docket After Dark action ahead. So here we are, and yeah, they are glowing in the dark, but and it always kind of happens to be the case, but for whatever reason, like the yellow, like the light yellows and the light greens glow better than any other color. Like, you can even see Fillmore all the way back there, and Jackson Storm here with his blue features really isn't doing much of anything at all. And Will Rusch here, only his yellow features are really popping out. You have McQueen, again, his yellow features, Mater's yellow accents. And unfortunately, Ryan doesn't have anything really yellow or light green, so he's got to rely on the orange here, and it looks pretty good. Like, don't get me wrong. I will say, the Glow Racers have this effect, and maybe this is why Mattel did it this way, but they look better through the camera than they do in real life. Like, maybe my eyes suck, but the camera accentuates the contrast between the darkness and the cars themselves and makes them look like they're glowing more than just like IRL. So, I mean, hey, works out for them, because whenever someone tries to show how they work, they look better than they actually do in real life. But I will say Cruz and Chase definitely are better. I mean, Fillmore back here glowing so much, and he's so far away, is awesome. He still looks great, and the dark orange dots on him look really cool when the bright orange is at its fullest. But yeah, I don't know. It's fine. It's all right. We'll see if Dan Carcia can maybe outpace him in terms of the glowness, the glow activity. But right now, I do like Ryan more just because the orange pops so much, like I was talking about. But Dan can easily change my mind on that. I mean, I went into the original wave thinking McQueen would be my favorite, and it actually ended up being Cruz because she works so well. So we'll see how that goes. But thanks as always for watching. I appreciate it, and I will see you guys soon for another video. Bye now.